Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Sunday morning, and I'm so excited to be back with you for a couple of weeks. I wasn't able to do Spirit Speak Sunday. I was traveling with my new grandson. I'm so grateful. So I thank you guys so much for joining, those that may join us live, and others of you may join us later to listen to this. But I wanted to come just a few minutes to talk about what is your purpose? Yes, what is your purpose? As we think about Spirit Speak Sunday, good morning, Robbie. Thank you so much for joining. When we think about Spirit Speak Sunday, it's for those that are looking for practical ways to live out their spirituality. And I know on my journey, I wanted to discover those practical ways to live out my spirituality. It wasn't enough to pray and talk about it. But hi guys, thank you so much for joining. It was more about how do I make it active and alive and living in my everyday life. So for those that are new to this whole discussion or conversation around spirituality, I want to welcome you, and I believe that would be something for you to put in practice. And for others of you, you may have been on the journey of spirituality for quite some time. Thank you, Edward. And you too want to understand, hey, how can I make this practical? I've read the scriptures, I've attended the services over and over, but I really don't, if the truth be told, I really don't know how to make it practical in my life, in my everyday life. And then for another category of people, you may have had a spiritual practice and life may have happened and you walked away from it. And you're now coming back to it. So this is for you too, to kind of begin to explore your spirituality again. So I hope that today, as we talk about your purpose, there will be something that I say that you can actually apply to your everyday life. So a question that was posed to me a few years ago by my mentor, Mashton Kipp: what if purpose wasn't something that you did, but it was who you are? That was a whole different perspective about purpose, because before that time, prior to that time, purpose to me was something that I was going to seek. Am I living my purpose? Hi guys, thank you so much for joining. Am I living my purpose? Am I going out and doing that thing that I was created to do? And sometimes that felt stressful. I don't know about you, but it felt stressful to me at times. But once I began to look at it from a place of who I'm being versus a place from what I'm doing, starting from that place of who I'm being versus that place from what I'm doing, it changed my life. It transformed my life. It is that place that when I'm out feeling lost or like I'm losing my way, I can go back to how I define purpose. And I wanted to take a few minutes and read that definition to you. Purpose, I define purpose as using your talents/strengths, fueled by your passions, supported by your values for the greater good of yourself. It should benefit you, God, and others. Let me say that again. It's about using your talents, your strengths, fueled or ignited by your passion, and supported a foundation of your values for the greater good of yourself. You should be the first benefit of your purpose. God, that which created you, or your understanding of God, universe, or whatever you may call God, and others. It should be others focused. Thank you so much. And as I look at this definition, it began to change my life. Matter of fact, it's foundational to what I teach in the work that I do, that I believe that I'm created to do. And it started out of my beingness, out of who God created me to be. So I began to go on a journey, and I asked myself, who am I and who is God and why am I here? And from this place, I live out my purpose. So your purpose should start with first becoming aware, discovering what your talents are. I'm reminded of a story in the Bible that used to confuse me. It's called the parable of the talents, and I'm going to share it with you in a paraphrased version so that you may be able to grasp the meaning. So it goes something like this. A ruler, a master, had 3 servants, and he gave to one servant 5 talents. And he gave to another servant 2 talents. And yet he gave another servant 1 talent. And for so many years I thought that was so unfair. But the next line kind of tells you, kind of cleans that up, really. It says, according to their ability. The talents were given according to their ability. And coupled in that definition of ability is action. You give ability in order to act. So as we look at this story, as the story goes, the master goes away, and the servant with 5 talents immediately went out and invested a talent and made 5 more. Same thing with the 2 talent. They went out, invested the talent, and made 2 more. And then the one with 1 talent went and buried his talent in the ground. So as the master comes back to give an account for the talents that he gave, the one with 5 said, here, master, I went out and I invested in my talent and I have 5 more. Great, the master says. Great, you are good and you're faithful, and I'm going to put you over more things. I'm going to give you more because of what you have done. Same answer to the 2. It wasn't based on he went out and made 4. He doubled what he had. Again, we talk about they were given according to their ability. And the one with 1 said, I was afraid because you reap where you don't sow, and you're a hard master. So I went and hid my talent. And man, he said, you are wicked and you are slothful, and I will put you where there is gnashing of teeth. And I thought about that thing. Talent is that God-given ability, that innate ability. Remember, ability has in its very meaning, the core of its meaning, doing. So God gave them according to their ability. What talent has been given to you according to your ability? And what's expected of us is to discover that talent that has been given to us according to what we are here to do. It starts with our being, guys. What is it that we're here to do according to what has been put in us? We have to discover that. And how do we invest in it? It's by using it. It's by using it. So first you start with your talent, discovering that. Secondly, what is your passion? What sets your heart on fire when you're doing it and you just can't wait to do it again? What is that thing, guys, that sets your heart on fire? We are talking about purpose today. First, you got to discover your talents. Then you have to discover your passion. That which sets your heart on fire. My passion may be totally different than yours. My talent may be totally different than yours. The key is not to bury it, but to use it. Use your talents. Use your passion. Discover it and use it. And lastly, values. The talent and the passion should be supported by your values. The guiding principles of your life. We should all have guiding principles of our lives. What is that thing that you value most? And a way that you can discover your values is look for those things that really sets you off. For instance, if lying, if being around a dishonest person really triggers you, possibly that leads to your value of honesty. You love honesty. So you begin to become a student of yourself and discover your talent, discover your passion, discover your values. And then begin to, from that place of beingness, use that in every role that you may find yourself in. Whether you find yourself mothering, use your values, use your talent, use your passion. That's true purpose, guys. Whether you find yourself teaching, use your passion, use your values, use your talent. Whether you find yourself going to your 9 to 5 every day, your talent should show up, because that's where you will shine. That's your power position, guys. God gave us all of that so that we can benefit from it. We can serve Him, a universe, or whatever you may call God, and then you can be of powerful service to others. Discover your passion. So what is your purpose, God? Your purpose is to get clear. Get clarity on what your talents are. They're your strengths. Get clarity on what sets your heart on fire. That's your passion. That's kind of like your guideline into what just kind of point you into what you're here to be and do. And get clear on your values. Live them. Allow those 3 things to serve you and to serve others and to serve God at your highest level. And each time you do that, you're living your purpose. So your true purpose is to discover who you are, really. Why you are here, really. And who is God, really. And from this place of talent, passion, and values, serve others. So discover your talent, passion, and values and be of service to others. It's your purpose. That's truly your purpose. So live it out, guys. Don't let people tell you you don't know your purpose, and never say again, I don't know my purpose. Just start discovering your talents. Start discovering your values. Start discovering what sets your heart on fire, and begin to use it in your everyday life. And you'll never have that stress of looking for your purpose again. Okay? That's practical. That's doable. Be who you are really. And out of that being, do what you really came here to do in every role that you may find yourself in. Every day of your life. Allow you to show up. That's true purpose. Have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your family. Live out your purpose today in whatever you're doing. Until next time, Spirit Speaks Sunday.